I am Zenbach, and you are
Ted V. Mikels.
Ted. You are here with me at Chiller Theater.
That's correct. Enjoying it for, I think, the third time since the inception of Chiller.
Yeah, I heard this started in a gymnasium once.
It did. We were just talking about that with Brink next to us here. It was at a college. It was a college in a little city not far from here. It was the original show. It was a delight. It was fun, and it has endured ever since.
Give me a little history of what you've been doing.
Well, we just finished a week ago shooting Mark of the Astro Zombies. It's a reimagining of the original that I wrote and created 35 years ago. Anyway, we just finished shooting. We managed to whack up 35 people, but an adventure into outer space again, bringing aliens from another planet.
Aliens?
Aliens.
You believe in aliens?
Oh, of course I do. Of course. Aliens from another planet come to this Earth and they create the Astro Zombies. They exchange their intros, their brains, their hearts, and give them photoelectric cells to give them power to drive these phony hearts. They exchange their blood, green blood that's is superior blood than our red blood, and they instruct these newly created beings, these robotical beings called Astro Zombies, to go out and kill on command.
All right.
Which they do, and they think if they can kill enough of the population of Earth, then of course they can take over the Earth. So, but these aliens are far out. They've got the guards have alligator heads, and the principal alien who kind of controls and rules them is a very unusual looking character called Zekith. And then we've got the three-eyed aliens from another planet. They're good aliens, and they come to Earth to the assistance of Earth to rid the Earth, the world, of those evil aliens. And so they dissipate their forces, and of course the President of the United States is involved, and then we have Dr. Wendy Altamura here, Shanti, being a psychic. Actually, she's a remote viewer for the government, trying to find out who, where, what, when, and why these aliens come from. And it's quite an unusual story.
I take it as a remote view, or one doesn't have to get directly involved, or that happens.
Well, as a remote viewer, she knows she gets a picture. What's that? Yeah, she's got a picture of the Astro Zombies that appear from nowhere and are being inbred into the world of the evil aliens, the Zekith characters. But ASTP-73 from another asteroid called ASTP-386 are the ones that come to Earth and solve the problems. They destroy the evil aliens and the Astro Zombies and save the Earth for the good people.
I see you got a lot of videos in front of me.
Yeah, I got about 12 or 14 that I still own that I market around wherever at the shows and when people order them.
How did you get into films?
Well, I developed film in the bathtub when I was about 9 or 10 years old, and by the time I was a late teenager, I was filming 8 millimeter and then 16, but I was also doing magic, ventriloquism, accordion solos, acrobatic act, and I wanted to film it.
Right.
And I found that just getting an 8 millimeter at first and then a 16 millimeter camera and putting it on the stage doesn't work. You have to get on the stage, you got to switch the camera angles, the positions, relight everything, and do it properly. So I became intrigued with the possibilities of editing footage from a different camera shot, a different camera angle. So now by then I'm just out of my teenage years and I got serious about it.
Right.
So I spent 9 years making, writing, producing, directing, shooting a lot of little things with the community theater, which I was the resident director of the community theater even at that young age. Anyway, started putting together these little films. So I thought I would give it 10 years. If I still enjoyed doing it at the end of 10 years, then I would stop everything I was doing and only make 35 millimeter theatrical feature films, which I did. And from that day forward, from 1959, what is it, this film here, Strike Me Deadly, from 1959 on, that's all I've done is make movies.
So a passion and just go with it from the heart.
Passion and go, passion and go.
I'm about 7 years into this TV show.
7 years?
Yeah,
huh?
7 years a weekly TV show.
Wow. Weekly?
Weekly, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just something I love to do.
Well, when you love to do it, there's something about loving what you do that doesn't happen to a lot of people.
Right.
A lot of people spend their lives doing something that they dislike, hate. And I think it causes illness. It causes all sorts of imperfections in their life. Where when you're doing something you love, it's infectious. So I find a lot of people love working on my films because I enjoy it so much, they enjoy it.
Right.
So we have a ball. We have a good time making our films.
That's what it comes down to, you know, and
The love of doing it.
you know, and amazing today. The technology has brought it down into a whole other medium.
Whole different medium. I used to tell people when I was at the studios in Hollywood, even when I had budgets to, pay people decently and so on, I said, if you're not here because you love to make movies, you don't belong. Love of making movies comes first. And then as far as the people involved in the movies, I said temperament is more, how we say, desirable than talent. If you have the proper temperament, then you're more valuable to me than the talent.
Absolutely, I tell that to people, and some of the people that work with me too.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't have that passion and desire and work with people,
Yeah.
you know, and if you lose that working with people, then you don't really have it working at all.
I love it to the point where every time, even every day when we finish shooting, people are not ready to go home. I make my shoots very short, very pleasant, very happy, and more in the last 3 or 4 years, my shoots are so short I don't even feed people. I mean, they don't even want to go home because the shoot's only been 3 or 4 or 5 hours max. And then at the end of the movie, nobody wants to quit. They all want me to start another one and be in the next one. And it happens every time. And of course, the difficulty is you can't use the same people in front of the camera on every movie. You've got to switch around your cast. But all the crew, if they're available, they all want to come and work again because we have fun.
Yeah.
We have fun doing it.
Well, I appreciate your time.
Well,
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And another exclusive on ZenBox Forte. Hey.